Hello everyone, this is the Model Y rear-wheel drive from Tesla, and now we're going to do a range test at 110 kilometers an hour. I'm charging here to 90%, then we go to on the highway, drive 110 constant GPS speed and see what range we get. I just did a 130 test and it was 347 kilometers, which is pretty good with winter tires, 19-inch, and heat settings and everything, because it's not so warm, so we need the heat. And I'm excited to do this drive and see what the consumption is and how far we can go. Again, I'm on my way, started with 90%, drive 112 on the speedometer, that's 110 what we need. I reset my trip again and everything is cool. I will try to keep the speed. It's gonna be a bit more busy now. What is it, 11 degrees out there. My heat setting is at 20.5 degrees in auto, low fan speed, because it's not that cold. I'm okay, even at 11 degrees, doesn't feel that cold. So I'm gonna drive almost the exact same route that I drove on the 130. I will drive a bit longer on one road, that's it. Other than that, it will be 318 kilometers, Google Maps says, my spreadsheet where I wrote everything down. I have used 25% of my battery and drove 113 kilometers. That would mean 452 kilometers of full range. Consumption is 161. We have to look at the right trip meter, because the left I was on the toilet and it reset itself. And that's the only one that has time in it, so the synth charge on the right is fine for us. Has anything changed? I don't think so. I have to accelerate sometime to pass cars because it's a bit busier and then people are coming from behind and I don't want to be in a dangerous situation, so I pass a bit faster. Oh yeah, Autopilot says I can't use it for this drive because I didn't steer when it told me to steer, even though I steered and did everything, but it didn't recognize me, and so I have to stop at a parking thing so I can use Autopilot again. Yeah. I used 50% of the battery, drove 216 kilometers, so 432 kilometers full range, 170 watt-hours per kilometer was my consumption. I turned around, it was so close to the 40% before, I was just still at 40%. I navigated back, 98 kilometers to go. It says I arrived with 15%. Really? That's really? And Yeah, this is how I have to do it now. So when I use Autopilot but pass the car comfortably without the lane change assist, I have to turn everything completely off, pass, and then turn everything on at that speed that I want to drive, like now. And then again for Autopilot, so self-steering, steering assist. Yeah, awesome. Yep. It says I have 204 kilometers of range. It also seems a bit late. No, we'll see. We'll see how we arrive. It's busy, but it's okay. Drive-wise, it's fine. If you need a charging solution for your trip through your country or through all of Europe, then check out Maingau Autostrom. With Maingau, you can charge at over 550,000 charging stalls all over Europe. You can use the app to start your charging process, the card, or this tiny little chip that you can have on your keychain. Check them out in the link in the description below. I arrived with 18%. Drove 320 kilometers. Google Maps says it's 318. 168 watt-hours per kilometer is my average consumption. So I drove 318 kilometers with 72%. That's 441 kilometers of full range. In these conditions with heat, I didn't need too much heat, 20.5 to 20 to 21 degrees. I always switched around. And yeah, charging a bit, and then I go home and we do the comparison to other cars at home. Then let's compare this result and from the 130 kilometers an hour range test to other cars. I have in here the Model 3 long range but all-wheel drive. I have a Volkswagen ID.4 Pro, which is just rear-wheel drive, a Skoda Enyaq 85, who's also rear-wheel drive, and a Tesla Model Y made in China all-wheel drive that I tested almost 3 years ago. But let's look. Range 347, the ID.4 had only 335, and this was in similar temperatures, 8 to 10 degrees, and also heat with 21 degrees and heat pump and everything, but lower average speed consumption. You can see 212 to 224. That's very similar, but it also had 21-inch wheels on, but summer tires. That's important. The Model 3 long range all-wheel drive had almost 40 kilometers more and way lower consumption, even though lower speed, but it was in the summer with it had heat on. I doubt that it was heat. I think this is 16 degrees, I would have heat on. That sounds weird. 19-inch wheels, which is awesome. It was in June. I doubt that I had heat on. but AC is not something I would put to 19.5 degrees. That's weird. The Skoda Enyaq has the new motor that the ID.4 here also has, and also around 330 kilometers. Similar average consumption, average speed, but this was with winter tires, 20-inch winter tires, 10 to 13 degrees. The same as the Model Y, so we get 17 kilometers less with a bigger battery and higher consumption with the same settings, also a heat pump, bigger tires though, 20-inch. And the Tesla Model Y made in China had also 381 kilometers like the Model 3, so same battery, same motor, lower consumption than the Model 3, but also lower speed, 11 to 21 degrees, no AC needed, and also 19-inch wheels. This was in September of 21, so really cool. Comparison at 110, we have 442 we got on this Model Y. On the Model 3 I got 518, way lower consumption, amazing consumption, but it was 20 to 23 degrees and I needed the AC. The ID.4 had 412. So 30 kilometers less, higher consumption, higher speed, but not by a lot. It was a bit colder, 4 to 13 degrees, and again 21-inch wheels. And this is wrong. And the Skoda Enyaq had 374 kilometers of range, which is way less. Same speed as the ID.4, higher consumption, but it was also 5 to 10 degrees, needed heat at 22.5 and 20-inch winter tires. So this is a bit low here, but that's the result. I have all my results of the range test in a little spreadsheet that you can see in the description below, and charging comparison and charging curves and stuff as well. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.